The Candyman is an urban legend that tells the scary story of a murdered slave who returns from the dead in search of revenge. If you say his name 5 times, a horror movie was made in 1992 about the legend, followed by two sequels. According to the legend, if you look into a mirror and chant the name Candyman 5 times, he will appear behind you and kill you with his hook. For you see, the Candyman is a vicious killer with a bloody hook for a hand. He appears from the mirror covered in blood and bees, and he has nothing but murder on his mind. They say that many years ago, the Candyman was a real man. Back in the days of slavery, he was a black slave named Daniel Robital, who worked on a plantation in New York, Orleans. He was a talented painter and was chosen by the plantation owner to paint a portrait of his daughter. But Daniel fell in love with the daughter of the white plantation owner. When the racist plantation owner discovered that his daughter and the slave were in love, he raised an angry mob and chased Daniel out of town. Armed with pitchforks and a pack of dogs, they chased the poor slave across fields and streams. Finally, they caught up with the exhausted slave near an old barn. The evil men seized Daniel and cut off his right hand with a rusty saw. Then they covered him in honey and threw him into a beehive. The unfortunate Candyman was in terrible pain and died from his injuries, but not before he cursed the men who killed him and vowed to return exact his revenge. They say his spirit would never rest and now his ghost walks the world for all eternity, appearing when his name is called 5 times. So remember, when you say his name, you can say it once, twice, thrice, or 4 times, but never say it 5 times. Kidney Thieves. The Kidney Thieves is an urban legend about a college student who meets an attractive girl at a party. The story is also known as the kidney heist, the organ thieves, and the stolen kidneys. There was a young man who was going to college. He went to Las Vegas with his buddies for spring break. They were all having a good time, going from bar to bar and gulping down drink after drink. They stopped at one bar where a band was playing music, and pretty soon the friends were all laughing, singing, and shouting loudly. The young man had just finished another drink when a beautiful young woman came up to him and started chatting. He was surprised and flattered at the same time. The woman seemed to be really attracted to him, so when she invited him to another party, he readily agreed. Leaving his friends in the bar, the young man followed her to an apartment on the outskirts of the city. When they went inside, there was already a party in full swing. They continued to drink and even danced a little. The young girl began rummaging around in a handbag and took out a small pouch. Inside there were two pills. She took one of the pills out and dropped it in her mouth. Then with a smile she offered the other one to him. Although the young man would never usually do drugs, he decided to try it out just this once. He thanked her, took the pill and swallowed it. That was the last thing he remembered. The next morning he woke up in an unfamiliar hotel room. Looking around he realized that he was lying, completely naked, submerged up to his neck in the bathtub filled with ice. Groggy and disoriented, he frantically tried to remember how he had ended up there. He was confused, scared, and in a lot of pain. That's when he spotted a crumpled note in his hand. It read, "If you don't want to die, call 911." There was a cell phone sitting on the small table beside the bathtub. He picked it up and dialed the number, his fingers numb and clumsy from the ice. When the emergency services operator answered, the young man explained that he didn't know where he was or how he got there, but he was in a lot of pain when he mentioned the bathtub filled with ice and the note. The operator seemed oddly familiar with his situation. She said, "Sir, can you do the following for me? Slowly and carefully get out of the bath and examine yourself in the mirror." The man grabbed a towel rack and pulled himself out of the ice. Looking over the mirror, he saw that there were two 9-inch slits in the lower back. When he described the injuries, the operator said, "I want you to get back into the bath, sir. The paramedics are on their way. Do not move until they arrive." "What happened to me?" asked the young man nervously. "I don't want you to panic," said the operator, "but last night you were drugged. Someone removed both of your kidneys. There's a ring of organ thieves operating in the city. They harvest kidneys and sell them on the black market." They said that the young man is currently in the hospital on a life support machine awaiting for a kidney donor.